Um, this is Wade's World Rambling. I got my DJ Lance Rock hat on. You guys, man, don't sleep on DJ Lance Rock. All right, Yo Gabba Gabba. You think it was for kids? It wasn't. It was for people my age. If you ever went to a live Yo Gabba Gabba experience, I call it experience because it was awesome. Anyway, you go to you take your kid out to a live Yo Gabba Gabba, you see what I'm talking about. It had the late great Biz Marquis was on there, had some awesome rappers, stuff like that, and it had the kid stuff too. It was jamming, man. It played the old school jams, all that kind of stuff, off the wall, Michael Jackson, and it was, anyway, y'all need to go see it. This is not about Yo Gabba Gabba. Last time I did something like this, it was at the beginning of COVID. Or the thing that should not be named. And I had just got let go from my job, and I wanted to do a video about like times that will come and things like that. So since that, since it's been a while, man, I've been trying to do this come back to it and do it for a while. I wanted it to be a little bit more regular, but life happens. But anyway, in that time, like I said, some pretty hard things happened. Lost my mom, not to COVID, but just she wasn't doing very well, with health wise before that and things like that. And she caught COVID. It didn't make it a lot better, but it wasn't too COVID, and that's been hard on me. That was earlier this year, so dealing with that. Dealing with a lot of stuff, trying to get projects out. Since I lost my job, I actually started my own company, which is MAW Productions. It's the same name as the publishing company that I had, but I actually ended up using it for the graphic design and advertising that I do for other people as well, because that's what I did. I want to say professionally, because I do all of it as a profession, but in my day job, that's what I did. I did graphic design, illustration, and advertising for the companies that I work for, the various companies that I work for. So I just started to do it on my own. It's been a job, it's been a dream for me to be able to do that. I've been wanting to do that for a long time, to start my own company, just been scared to do it, But when you get laid off or fired, and the industry slows down and you don't have any other recourse and you need to be able to do something, hey, I was listening to Metric today. It's one of my favorite bands, and there was a song, one of my favorite songs, It's Now or Never Now, so that's what I did. It's kind of jumped into it, and so far it's been working. Fingers crossed, prayers up that it keeps going. One reason why I want to jump on here was because of that. It's also because of I get a lot of people. There's a certain amount of people that ask, especially it always happens after, like me and my wife, me and Janet will be on TV or we'll be doing something, right? And this question always comes up. It's always like, either, how can I get started in comics or illustration or graphic design or something like that. And it's kind of coming from a place where people think that we or the company or us as creatives have made it, whatever made it is, and I give the best advice that I can, when those questions hit, but I think that people, when they see that you've done something, like, or you've been published, your comic books has been published, or your book has been published, or you've gotten a job at some kind of creative gig or something like that, and it's got some kind of a little bit of highlight to it, like there's a little bit of shine to it, just a little bit. They think that you've made it, like that's it. There's no such thing as made it. I just don't believe in the words made it. You know what I mean? I don't believe that at all. Every day is still a struggle. You know what I mean? Every day you still wake up, you still have to be able to produce, you still have to be able to work, at least, in my point of view, there's not a made it. We haven't made it. we, you know, a lot of people, I think a lot of people on our, you know, especially our social media pages on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, right? Or the 2 or 3 people that watch us on YouTube right now. They think that we are, you know, we did it. You're doing something. So every time we put something up, an advertisement or anything like that, you know, the people that know you, the people that see you every day, they're like, you know, but they know you, but they don't really know the struggle that you're dealing with, right? Creatively, and, you know, just trying to keep the lights and stuff on. So what they end up doing is they look at you and go, oh man, you did it, boom, hit that like button. In their head that you are doing it, man, you doing it. But we're always on that other side of that line, looking like, man, we just got to be able to keep pushing. You know what I mean? We got to be able to keep pushing, especially with our comic books. With our comic books, you know, right now we don't have wide distribution, which means that we're not, for Jedi Tales of the Toshigao and the Continuing Stories of Shinobi Ninja Princess, we don't have a distribution push. We're not in stores, a lot of stores anyway. We're still in stores. You can still find us in, like, especially the hardcover books that we did the Kickstarter for. You can still find us in, like, Barnes and Nobles and some comic book stores and things like that. But because it's not Marvel, it's not DC, it doesn't come with a cartoon property or Netflix deal or anything like that, right? It's a hard sell. It's hard for people in, you know, regular comic book stores to pick that book up. So what we've done is, like, even right now, my books are in the books are in a process of being picked up by distribution. They have to look at your book and go, hey, we like this book. You know what I mean? We've been in a road before where, you know, years ago, before Shinobi Ninja Princess, when we were doing just Jedi Tales of the Toshigao, where we went to Diamond, and Diamond refused to pick up the book. Didn't tell us why, didn't let us know anything, just didn't want it. We don't want the book, you know. So there's a whole entire possibility that these new distribution outlets that we're trying to get into right now could say, no, we don't want it. So at that point, you know, we're selling essentially like we're selling now on our website, on ToshigawaUniverse.com, and our store on Store Envy. So it's ToshigawaUniverse.storeenvy.com. And we're selling all our books and stuff, all of our books and merchandise and stuff there, until a distribution outlet gives us the thumbs up or the green light. You know what I mean? So the reason why I wanted to come on today is, one, just to be able to say that, you know, for everybody that has actually been able to help us get this far, be able to help, you know, my business since the COVID happened, be able to, you know, get this far, and then be able to help us to be able to get to our next goal, which is to be able to have a self-sustaining comic book publishing company. And you know, thank you to everybody that has picked up a book or supported us on Patreon, or got the book at an anime convention or a comic book convention, or you know, anything, supported us online, gave us a yell online, anything like that. You know, I you know, we really appreciate it. I really appreciate it, because you're helping me to be able to conquer this overriding fear that I've always had, to where I won't be able to help provide for my family with my artwork and the things that I know that I can be able to do. You know, it's like I said, it's still a very tough business. My day right now consists of me getting up, and again, this is just a bunch of Ramblings. This is what it's called, Wade's World Ramblings. You know what I mean? It's good. I like being able to do my own thing, but that comes with its own headaches. You know, so like I was saying before, but my day consists of essentially I get up. I try to get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I come into my office, do whatever jobs that I actually have, or through client work. So I do whatever of that work is for however long that, you know, it takes to be able to get a proof out, or however I need to do it. I take a break, take some lunch, eat lunch, or sometimes even just take a nap, man, because you'll see why. Then I get back up, go back to work. A lot of financial stuff, which I hate, you know, just looking at my finances and trying to be able to see exactly how things are going, if things are going to be lean, things like that, because I still got to pay myself every week. I go pick up my son, sit in the parent waiting line, come back home, get on him about his homework, and I do it again. I get back on the computer, and actually what I'm doing right now, I'm cooking dinner. Come back here, work on my computer, trying to get things right. By the time Janet gets home, we eat, have dinner. Hopefully we can have dinner together. It just depends on how much work I have or how much work she has to do. Plus, like I said, I'm still trying to get things ready for us to get into distribution. So that takes a lot. That's like find printers, talking to my agent Fenton, right? Also talking to the distribution company, trying to see where they are in the process, which way they're leaning, because, you know, we don't get any kind of like breaks or benefit of the doubt when it comes to that type of stuff. When they're looking at these books, I'm not exactly sure who's looking at them, what they're looking for, anything. It's just cold. So they pick the book up, and I guess they look at it and they say, we don't like this subject matter. They can throw it out and go, we're not going to distribute it. So I'm trying to be able to stay on top of that and say, hey, what are you guys looking for? You know, and things like that. So we'll know, and won't be blindsided with a no like we were before. Anyway, so I do some of that. I cook dinner on Thursdays. What happens is I cook dinner, then I take that back. I go back, I go pick up Anakin, then I come and prepare for class, because I have my own class as well. I started virtual comic book illustration classes. So I start those classes at 5 o'clock. I do my class for an hour, come back, clean up, do the kitty litter, and then eat dinner. And then right after dinner, it's back to drawing. I'm drawing until about sometimes 2-3 o'clock at night. And that drawing part is all on comic book stuff. That's how I get the comic books done. That's how I end up, and that's our stuff. That's our personal stuff. If it wasn't for that time at night, early mornings, I wouldn't be able to help do our Patreon, and do the Ready to Spar webcomic, or Jedi Tales of the Toshigawa comic book, and come out with it semi-regularly, or Shinobi Ninja Princess. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be able to do those things, because all of that stuff comes at that late, early hour. Then I go to sleep, get back up at 8 o'clock and do it over again. So that's why I crash in the middle of the day sometimes. That's my day, you know, and I do like not having to, you know, answer to a boss, you know, things like that. In my previous job, I was, you know, I had a boss come in. I was looking for some artwork, I was looking for some artwork on my iPad. It was my personal iPad, so it had personal stuff on there, but I had drawn it digitally, and I lost all my artwork. But all that artwork also I had some stuff in there that I had drawn for the company. So I was trying to get that artwork back, and I was like, I lost it, and I was trying to figure out where it was, and I was looking back and forth from my iPad to my computer at work, trying to figure out, did I back that stuff up? And I was panicking and stuff. And my boss came up, and he saw my personal iPad up, and my computer up, and he just started going off on me in front of everybody, because he's thinking that I'm trying to do my work on their personal time, my personal work on their time, and I wasn't. I was trying to explain to him that I had lost some very important stuff that I did not want to have to re-illustrate for the company because we didn't have time, and he wasn't having it, and I almost quit the day. I was pretty upset. I'm glad that I don't have to do that anymore. But like I said, at the same time, it does come with a lot of sometimes stress, you know what I mean? And a lot of stuff that I miss. I miss a lot of parties, a lot of friends, gatherings, you know, I missed a lot of time, you know, at the end with my mom. I'm missing out on time, man. I miss out on a lot of stuff, you know, working in this art field, you know. So like I said, can be rewarding, can be fun, but it is a grind, and you do have to be able to stick to that grind. And it's not for everybody. My whole end goal, even in doing that, was to be able to do my own stories and my own books and my own things, man. I've always wanted to be able to contribute on a bigger level, you know. So hopefully, like I said, we'll be able to do that, you know. But just want to give an update. Like I said, this is just a Wade's World sit down rambling. Last time we were walking down the street, and Anakin was on his scooter. I don't even think he could use that scooter anymore. He's too heavy. Hopefully I can make these a little bit more regular, just to be able to sit down and just show you how things are going. I want to be able to show you guys too, you know, my processes and stuff too. As for instance, I got a question one time, was I gonna ever redo Jeddah Tales of the Toshigawa now that I had it kind of started over with a prequel with Shinobi Ninja Princess? Was I gonna ever redo Jeddah Tales of the Toshigawa? And I at the time I said no, you know, but here I am redoing Jeddah Tales of the Toshigawa again. And really take you, I'm loving being able to revisit this stuff, man. So I want to be able to take you guys back and just show you how different, you know, and how much I have grown as an illustrator and an artist just by over time, you know, just being able to sit and compare. Like, this is what the book looked like before, this is what the book looks like now. And see how my influences influence me. So I want to do that, you know, coming up pretty soon, you know, and hopefully we'll be able to get Jan and Anakin on here. Maybe, I don't know. This might be my thing. So, but again, take care, guys. Just wanted to catch up with you, let you guys know what was going on with me, how things work, how things are going, and I'll see you next time. Peace.